In today's world, a company isn't just judged by its products or its price tag anymore. We're all looking deeper, right into their supply chain, and asking, so how responsibly do their suppliers actually operate? Today, we're going to dive into how businesses are transforming those supply chains, shifting from simple transactions to really powerful, sustainable partnerships.
Okay, so let's start with a really basic question. If you were picking a supplier, what would you be looking for? For a long time, the answer was super simple: the best price and the highest quality. That was pretty much the entire game. But let me tell you, that game has changed dramatically.
Because today, price and quality, well, that's just the ticket to get in the door. The real differentiator, the thing that separates the good from the truly great, is a solid commitment to sustainability. We're talking about making sure suppliers meet crucial environmental, social, and ethical standards. And this isn't just about feeling good. It's about building a business that's resilient and set up for long-term success.
So where does all this start? Well, negotiation. That first handshake is the absolute most critical moment to communicate your company's expectations on sustainability. It's right there, in that initial conversation, that the foundation for a responsible partnership is laid. And just look at how specific these points are. We're not talking about vague promises here, right? This is about putting concrete, real-world topics on the table. Things like waste reduction, energy efficiency, and ethical labor practices. It's about making sustainability a non-negotiable part of the deal from day one.
And this just illustrates the strategic shift perfectly. The old way, that purely competitive approach, was a zero-sum game. It was all about squeezing costs and winning at the other person's expense. But the new collaborative strategy? It's about creating long-term value together. It's about asking, how can we both benefit from being more sustainable? Maybe that means you share the cost of new tech or set improvement targets you can both work towards. See? It's a partnership, not a battle.
Okay, so you've had a great collaborative negotiation. What's next? How do you make it official? That, my friends, is where contracts come in. They're what turn those handshake agreements and verbal commitments into legally binding, enforceable standards.
The crucial part, though, is what actually goes into these contracts. We're talking specific clauses on things like emissions limits, fair labor practices, and making sure everyone's complying with international standards. And critically, these contracts absolutely must include the right to monitor and audit with really clear penalties for non-compliance. This is what turns good intentions into real accountability.
But listen, a contract is just a piece of paper if the relationship isn't there to support it. So the final, and I'd argue most important piece of the puzzle is managing that ongoing supplier relationship. This is about moving beyond just enforcement and toward genuine collaboration and, you guessed it, continuous improvement.
A truly strong partnership is this active, living cycle. It starts by providing suppliers with the training and support they actually need to meet these new standards. Then you conduct regular performance reviews to see what's working and what isn't. And finally, and this is key, you reward improvement. This encourages suppliers to invest in sustainability because they know you're in it with them for the long haul.
So after all this work, the negotiating, the contracting, the relationship building, what's the payoff? Why does all this matter? Well, because building a sustainable supply chain isn't just an ethical choice. It's one of the smartest strategic decisions a business can possibly make.
And the benefits here are incredibly tangible. We're not talking about fuzzy feelings. Your risks are reduced, your brand reputation grows, your whole operation becomes more resilient to whatever the world throws at it. And through better efficiency, you actually achieve long-term cost savings. It is a win across the board.
This really says it all, doesn't it? For way too long, sustainability was just seen as an extra cost, a burden on the business. But the modern view, the one that's backed up by actual results, is that it's a powerful strategic advantage that drives innovation, resilience, and real growth.
So it all comes down to this simple but incredibly powerful framework. Step 1, negotiate clear, collaborative terms. Step 2, embed them in enforceable contracts. And Step 3, reinforce them continuously through a strong, partnership-based relationship. And that leaves us with a final question to consider. Are you still viewing sustainability as just another cost on the balance sheet, or are you ready to see it for what it truly is, your next and maybe your greatest competitive advantage?